Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. Sending you tons and tons of love. Welcome back to the family and welcome if you're new. My name's Vanessa and I aim to be an ally on the spiritual path. And before we get into it, big shout out to everybody who's been checking out the store. That's where you can get these sweet hoodies with the universe I'm trusting you print. I've been working on some more designs too. Those are going to be dropping in the next month or so, and just thank you for supporting my work in the world. I love you guys so very much. And today I wanted to share a story with you because we are now finally going to be moving into this series on emotional resilience. And there's so much in what I've found personally in the cultivation of emotional resilience that is in the mind. And really training the mind and training the focus and practicing mindfulness and one-pointed focus, really learning how to move past the distractions of the world so that you can focus on what's important, you can become more productive, you can learn to be less reactive in life, and you can just be more centered and grounded and strong, emotionally resilient, right? So I wanted to share this story with you today because it really encompasses the work that we're going to be doing as we go through this video series. So it's all about the lion mind versus the dog mind. So the way the story goes is there's a man standing in front of a lion and a dog, right? And this man has bones with little chunks of meat on them, very tantalizing little treats, right? So first, the man holds a bone in front of the dog and waves it around. Oh, 1 second, just had a notification. So he waves the bone in front of the dog's face and the dog's just fixated on the bone, right? Just so distractible. The man throws the bone into the corner of the room and the dog chases after it, running straight into the corner of the room. Then the man holds another bone in front of the lion and waves it around, and the lion keeps his eyes on the bone, but when the man throws the bone into the corner of the room by the lion doesn't move. The lion stays and sits there and keeps his eyes trained on the man who could potentially be a big threat to him or a bigger meal with many bones and much more meat, right? So in this story, the bone represents the distractions, the shiny objects and the world events and the dramas in our lives, all of the things that come around to distract us. And you notice when the man threw the bone for the dog ran after it instinctively, didn't think, didn't observe, just went after that one thing. Whereas the lion sat quietly, stoically, and kept his eye on the man. So this is the kind of work that we're doing, and how you can get more centered and grounded is learning to see the bones, the distractions that our minds can create, and learning to discern what we should go after and what we shouldn't go after, because there are so many things in life that are simply distractions and things that will take us off of our path, take us off task, take us out of a peaceful mindset, and take us out of the present moment. So when we learn to cultivate the lion mind and that discernment, that focus, we learn how to see past the bones, past the distractions, to bigger threats and or bigger opportunities, rather than getting sidetracked all the time by all the things, the phone notifications, people provoking us, work things, whatever it is, whatever our distractions are. But it's really interesting when we go through these practices and learn more of the inner workings of our own minds, you begin to see patterns in how your mind will try to take you off course or create a distraction so that it doesn't have to look at perhaps a deeper wound or a place where we can improve. Because anytime we make changes to ourselves and our belief systems and our actions and our patterns, it challenges our ego. It challenges our sense of identity. It challenges our sense of who we are. And there's always this kind of balancing act when we get into starting to make new habits, where we will be wrestling with our mind and we will be wrestling with our ego. And that's when this training comes in, so you can stay focused and centered and grounded, see past the distractions of the mind and stay focused on your goal. Stay focused on what you're trying to do, whether it's, changing a behavior, changing your diet, changing your thought patterns, or if you're creating a project that's going to take some perseverance. This focused mindset will help you get there. So, and it's really, I find it so fascinating getting to know the inner workings of your mind and how you process information, how your ego does talk to you, how your mind will try to distract and trick you and pull you off course sometimes. It's interesting and it's very empowering to know yourself that intimately and know how your own mind works, so that you can push forward, push through the distractions, and get to where you want to go. Because anytime we try to make a positive change or any kind of change in our lives, we will run into resistance. And when we hit up against resistance, then the monkey mind turns on, the ego turns on, trying to talk us out of the change. Because even if it's a positive change that we want to make for ourselves, our egos get used to being a certain way and knowing that that is how we are. It's certainty. Our egos love certainty. So when we try to change it up and change patterns, it messes with the ego's sense of certainty. And so that will create resistance, and that will have our minds try to take us off course. That's why, over and over, people can make, New Year's resolutions or try a new diet or whatever, and it lasts for maybe a week or two, and then they fall off. It's because of this resistance. And it happens on a subconscious level, and sometimes we don't even realize what's happening until all of a sudden we're binging again, or we're not exercising anymore, or you can get veered off course so easily because our egos are trying to keep us safe, and safe equals familiar for the ego. So the ego will subconsciously take you off the new, even positive track and bring you back to its comfort zone, because that's what the ego thinks is safety and security. It's really interesting stuff. So the practices that I want to share with you in this next series are going to bring you up against your ego's programming, and you will see and feel the resistance and be able to see and notice how your ego talks to you, what that voice in your mind says to you when you try something new, when you try to improve yourself, when you try a new routine, when you try a new diet, when you try anything new. You will get to know intimately what the voice of your own ego sounds like. And when you have that familiarity, then you can go into a new situation, feel the resistance, hear that voice, and move forward anyway. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys, because this kind of work has been absolutely transformative for me, and I've been able to make unbelievable shifts and changes in my life, which has really changed my frequency and changed the way that I'm able to actually manifest in my life. So I want to share this with you guys and show you kind of processes that have worked for me. And just know that these are just a baseline. Everything that I'm sharing with you is just a foundation. It's just places to start in the practice of getting to know the inner workings of your mind. So you might take something that I put here and go off on your own tangent with it. And I encourage that, because really the inner work is very subjective and it's very personal. It's going to be very different from individual to individual. But what I want to do is show you some ideas and places to start where you can start getting into your own inner work and start to see how your mind works and see how you can challenge yourself and try new things. And in that process, you will build emotional resilience, because emotional resilience and a strong, detailed relationship with yourself go hand in hand. So I'm really excited to share all of this with you, and if you feel so called, I'd love to hear your stories and your experiences in the comments section, or you can email me. My email address is down below as well. And if you have any questions or suggestions, I'm open to it as well. Just shoot me an email, leave a comment, and I'm looking forward to this series. So in the meantime, I'm sending you all of my love, and keep your eyes on the channel for all of the videos that are coming. Be sure to subscribe down below and hit the bell notification so you get notified of when these new videos are posted. And I'll see you in the next one. Okay, talk to you soon, guys. Bye.